What up? Excuse me, I've been sick for like 2 weeks. What did I name this stream? I just did it and I already forgot it. Was it Bear Div? Watch out. I think I might have accidentally said bull. It doesn't actually show you once you're in here. Like, I hit go. I have to type in a title. And then once I'm in here, I'm in here. I don't know. I stopped streaming on Twitter because you know what, man? Fuck Twitter. Or X. How dumb is that? Just real quickly. We'll get into it. People usually join. But like, how fucking dumb is that? Dana, what's up, guy? Hey, let me know on sound levels. I was fucking with him last time when a taxi was on here. If something sounds off, let me know. Music, high-low. My voice, high-low. Please, if it sounds grainy or fucked up. That whole Juno interview, nobody told me that I sounded like shit. Anyway. Yeah, is it X or is it Twitter? Who cares? Anyway, I'm fucking done with it. They've been shadow banning me forever. Like, shadow banning me forever. So, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because I keep posting links to shit that's not on Twitter. Thank you for letting me know. So, yeah, anyway, I pulled off my my live stream on Twitter, which I know a lot of people like saw that and would then come to Twitch, so maybe I'll have to go back, but damn. Link Marines, 1.5 years. Happy 1.5 years. It's not looking good, fam. No, it's not. I feel I'm 99% sure Top's in on this move, and then we're going to create a plan right now. I'm 99. That's too fucking high. 90% sure that this move is over. %, sure this move's over. So it'd be a time to start like taking care of yourself. If you have speculative shit, close it out. Link Marine is a good thing, I'm short. Yeah, I'm functionally short. I'm delta neutral. I just don't care. I don't care enough right now. Got my club championship coming up in 12 days. So that's what I'm focused on right now. But yeah, so it doesn't look good. It doesn't mean it can't change, but like I was listening to I'm going to get into it. So by the way, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tabs open that I'm going to go through. And it will be worth it. It's not going to be crazy. I'm not going to stream for like hours. It'll be like half hour, 45 minutes. I was listening to one of the guys that I respect. He's got a private deal that I pay for. I pay $250 a month to belong to it. It's a lot of money. I pay $250 a month. And I can't get people to give me $6 on Twitch. It's fucking funny. Anyway, he's one of the few people I respect. I used to belong to a bunch of services. I canceled them. This is the one that I use for like when I'm confused, I go to it. I don't even go that often. It's just nice to have a fallback to be like, is this right? Anyway. So anyway, I was listening to him talk about the state of the market right now. And he only talks about the standard market. So like I just kind of translate standard market into crypto. Okay. And he was talking about ripping through, like he does literally thousands of charts a weekend. I mean, he's on autopilot. He just has this thing he rips through, and he's like, we'll get a feel for the market based on like which sector's doing well, where's the rotation coming from, and it's really complex stuff, but really fun to listen to if you're a nerd like me. And he was like, I was going through and like I thought things were worse than I anticipated. When I went into homework, like things looked better than I was expecting them to see based on how bad the end of the week was. And just really quickly, like, look at that week last week, just straight down. So he was like, it looked better than I anticipated. Because I thought all was going to look like shit because the S&P did so poorly Thursday, Friday last week. And this is why I'm bringing this up, because like the S&P has been up only for like a hot minute, right? Like here's my chart that I use to show you guys volatility based on the S&P, right? It's just been up for a while, dude. Look at this shit. When you said sell in May and go away, you sold in May, you got fucked. Like it's been 20%. I mean, not really, 12% up since May. And so anyway, I'm coming to a point here. He was like, things don't look as bad as I thought. Like it could still go up. It doesn't look like we're at imposing death. Like we're not impending death here. So he's like, things could turn around. And whenever I hear him talk like that, it's always an indicator to me where it's like, we're now asking favors for this move to continue. Could I be wrong on that? Sure. I've also been listening to this guy for like 7 years though. So whenever he's like, maybe you want to be a little more cautious. It could turn around and go up. That's like me being like, I don't know. Let's wait for a more defining signal. And what's funny is when you look at the standard market, a lot of times Bitcoin is like a lot more clear to understand than the standard market. Because like, let me show you. This is a weekly chart for Bitcoin. This is a weekly chart for the S&P 500. Which one to you looks more clear? You know what I mean? I'm trying to get it so they're like, which one looks more clear? I mean, there's just an uptrend on the weekly. I'm going to get down to lower time frames. But this one is like, my red line here has been accurate since April. We have not selling 4 straight fucking weeks of people unloading above 30 grand. And so even I was saying to you guys before, like if we get a prolonged move, it should shoot to 36. We just got to get past this area. And it's just, we're seeing weakness. Okay. We're seeing weakness in the market. I'll pull up the VPVR because there really isn't like a ton of people home here. And we still haven't been able to punch through. You guys know I talk about this constantly. That whenever you see an area where not a lot of people have interacted in volume, then it can move fairly easily. And that's where this 35 area comes from for me. And I thought if we just got a little bit of momentum, a little bit of good news, the ETF shit was coming out 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago when this whole move started. It's like if we get that move, we're going to punch through it. And that still could happen. So like there's some risk in immediately being like, oh fuck it, I'm going to cash. But it shouldn't have been as hard as it is to just punch through here. And then whenever we get meme bullshit season, which is what we've had, like, people are on base because apparently base is like the new fucking thing. You saw memes going nuts. You got people betting on hamsters and fucking cartwheels and drag races and all sorts of dumb shit. Whenever that stuff happens, that's like complacency in the marketplace. Look, we've been doing this since April. It's 4 months. People got really bored, right? So a lot of times, to circle back to my original point, which I understand I veered off pretty heavily, this shouldn't have been hard to punch through, and we haven't. Shouldn't have been hard. We got 5 straight weeks of people unloading into it, and so there's just not the protracted move right now for this thing to move higher. And then you add this in with it, and that's a straight up bear div on the weekly on Bitcoin, okay? And equal highs or higher highs on the double top confirm that, and we did. And I saw that the last time I streamed a couple weeks ago, but it was just so new. It was just like forming on a high time frame indicator like this on a weekly, on a 5-minute chart. It doesn't take much. On a weekly, that can turn around right away. If you guys use my indicator, and if you don't, hit me up. I'll give it to you. I don't charge money for it, although I fucking should, but I don't. If you want it, hit me up. if you've ever watched this, if you have this indicator, sometimes you'll notice like the indicator will start flashing and blinking back and forth on lower time frames. So it's like, it's white, it's blue, it's pink, it's, red, whatever it is. It's a circle, it's a big dot, it's a little dot, and you got to wait for that to close. So when it initially, I didn't stream last week. So like initially when this started moving, I was like, yeah, it could just reverse. Like, we get some good news, we get a punch through. I wouldn't want to be on the opposite side of that trade. But now you have weeks of this signal confirming. They tried to punch higher. They took 4 attempts at it higher. We got the higher close. We got the lower momentum. We're going to sub 25K. And that's the best case scenario. Okay? That's the best case scenario. We want that because, as I've talked about ad nauseum here before, when you get this move, a lot of times it's a straight up reversal, okay? And that's what it looks like. Highlander, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Oop, I don't want that. So that's what this is like the worst case scenario here, okay? The worst case scenario is we get this breakdown low, BlackRock gets rejected again, some bullshit like that, and it just flies through. There's an attempt to reclaim 25K, and if that breaks down, guys, with 100% certainty, we're going to 17. With 100% certainty. I'm not even leaving, 99%, because it's just dumb to be an absolutist. I'm 99% certain if we break down to the bottom side, we're going to go test 17. So we're at a pretty crucial moment right now, and the signal that I've used to call tops and bottoms on this market literally for 2.5 fucking years while streaming just signaled again. Believe me, don't believe me, I don't care. It's not my wallet, it's your wallet. Know what I mean? Absent a huge move, soon. And Flash has been posting in Telegram. Really, so like Telegram's obviously a little bit dead. Discord hops, you guys should get into Discord. But, excuse me. Flashbang has been posting about the ATR. Yeah, exactly, Bob. I gotta call my family. I need more rent money. Okay. But Flash has been posting like it's getting extremely condensed, and it is. I mean, like if you actually, look how tight this shit is right now. Look at the variation in the volatility in the moves we had over the preceding 2 years, and then after we found out that Luna was a joke, and then Sam was a joke, and everybody was a joke, and crime and crypto just attracts scumbags. It's just been like, all right, we'll just kind of drift around here. And like, we all knew that was going to happen. It's not really all that shocking. But we're getting the reversal of this area. And absent this channel bottom stepping in and being like, I got it, guys. Fucking hold my beer. Or an ETF getting approved, which can happen. That's why we use stops. Right? I'm speaking very declaratively here that I feel very good the price is going to go down. I do. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm right. So if you decide to short, you decide to go cash, let me give you the other side of this. So if it doesn't happen, you'd be like, you fucker. 31.8, 31.9. You see any sort of push above 31.8, 31.9, take the ride from 31.9 to 36K. It will happen. That's why you got to have stops. People who operate without stops are just trying to get smacked. So people who operate without stops trying to get smacked. I feel very good, though, that 29 to 25 is pretty much a certainty. It's going to take a long time. We're just going to bleed our way around it. If this doesn't step in, you might see a little bit of a battle at 26.3, but then it's going to go challenge the 50. This is our next line. What you want to see is the 50-week moving average come in as support. And quite frankly, I think it will. Okay? If I'm being honest, I think it will. I think we stop at the same fucking area where this kind of like island reversal here, this wick down that was never re-challenged, gets re-challenged. And that would be the time that I get on this fucking stream again and say, guys, we got exactly what we wanted. We've now double tested this this resistance, this red here that my mouse is on, flipped to support. It proved it once, came back down, proved it again. Now we have a double top on the high side, a double bottom on the bottom side on weekly time frames. That is our range. Play the range, okay? It'll be the easiest fucking trades ever. You guys will be able to load up. I assure you that. And I'll call it when it happens. Quite frankly, I think it will. But much like almost all moves and high volatility instruments, wicks get challenged no matter the time frame. We already had one that didn't. Are we really going to get two? I doubt it. So what I'm looking for now on this is a rundown, fill in this wick, prove, fuck around here for a while, and then start again, okay? It's not going to go this long. Everybody knows that shit picks up Q3, Q4 as cats got to make their bonuses, but I think we're kind of going to get into this lull right now. So what does that mean for alts? Not a lot of good shit, okay? Not a lot of good stuff. I think Ansem or Z just posted like, okay, L2s are up, but Ethereum's down. Like, not good, okay? When the base instruments are losing market share because people are chasing shit that are like sit on top of that, it's boredom. You're seeing boredom in motion, right? So you see boredom in motion. We see very clear signals on the chart. This is a weekly bearative, okay? A weekly fucking bearative. It is a very strong signal. I've said this 1,000 times. I know a lot of you have seen me 1,000 times say this, and you're like, fuck, dude, we get it. But I'm never going to stop saying it because it's as important for me as it is for you. High time frame signals, high time frame patterns, high time frame is where you start. And they're the most important thing there is. I've used this analogy before. Think of a 5-minute time frame chart being as strong as a guy with a handgun being like, I'll hold off this army, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Like 5 minutes doesn't mean shit. Like this chart, oh my God, look at this huge move. Some scalper just made their day. Great. Doesn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. And then if you have a 30-minute chart, it's slightly stronger, an hour stronger than that, 4 hours stronger than that, 12-hour, you're like, all right, this is a platoon, okay? Or a squad. I don't know. I don't really know my military terms. And then you get to a daily chart and you're like, these motherfuckers are like, you know, one branch of the armed forces. They're the Marines. You're like, sick. Semper Fi, motherfucker. Whatever. And then you get to weekly and you're talking about the whole goddamn army. So for you to look at a weekly chart and be like, nah, I don't know, man. I think Bitcoin keeps going up is really ignorant. It's really ignorant because it's an exceptionally strong signal on the highest time frame that's relevant, right? Like you can go to monthly if you want, but like, fuck are we seeing here? You know what I mean? So you were getting a double top bear div weekly chart that I've literally called out and proven to you guys dozens of times since I've been streaming. Do you want to fade me? Show of hands in the chat. You want to fade me right now? I don't see anybody in the chat. Does anyone have a look? I'm always down to hear other opinions. Anybody got a contrarian view on this? Feel free to type out while I'm going on to the next thing. We keep getting smashed against the S&P. Crypto Dale, what's up, my guy? How's your meeting? Getting prepped? Up only? All right, y'all motherfuckers. It looks so shit it has to pump. You know, quite frankly, of the things that I've heard, Hold On to the Moon Lambos has like the best logic, okay? It looks so bad, it probably goes up. Because crypto's bizarre land. Highlander, you're right, okay? You're 100% right. It would be the most healthy thing for us to base and build longer positions for the next run, okay? No joke. It would be. It would be great. If we can just bounce off 25 and then take out the highs, I think 36. Oh shit! What did I just do? Press 11. F11 goes full screen mode. If you guys didn't know, now I do. Yeah, Dale. I'm saying you do. How often have I been wrong on high time frame signals since you've known me? Dale's known me longer than anybody in crypto. Yeah. Except for Joel. But Joel then introduced me to Dale. It goes Joel, Dale. Those are my two OGs in crypto, right? Yeah, no, I'm getting there. Damn it, Dan. You're always jumping in with my content before I can get there, you motherfucker. I just want to talk about this really quick. You know, actually, oh shit. Yanni, I I forgot to toggle multi-stream inside of this service. So I need a solution on it. My bad. I was paying like $20 a month for Restream, and now everything happens inside of Streamlabs, and so I was trying to just not pay the money for the sake of it. And they're kind of dicks in their chat support. So anyway, what you got, Yanni? Yes, I'm sorry it's down. You got something good for me? Because I know I'm asking questions, you usually answer, and I appreciate that. And I hope you're doing well, and I hope your family's doing well. While you're formulating that, this Bitcoin versus SPX chart, as we know, is gold. It's liquid gold. And I keep saying that one day when I make it big as a streamer, I'll stop showing this. But like, that's never going to fucking happen. So it doesn't really matter. If I ever did, I would stop showing it because it's just too fucking good. The alpha here is too good. We made a lower high against the S&P. When's the last time we made a lower high that I called out? Oh, shit. Okay. A lower high here. A higher high here. Well, let's go back and look what we did here. Did we make a higher high here? Oh, motherfucker, we did. How'd we do against the S&P before the eventual turn down? Oh my God, lower high. It was lower high. Higher high in price, lower high versus the S&P. That's not good. We've seen this game before. Okay. The nice thing is, like, I'm talking like doom and gloom and all that shit. Like, yes, I do believe Bitcoin's going to go to 25. I think that, much like Dale said, we'll reserve our judgment until we get there. But it's fairly clear once we do. There's so many things that say 25 should hold. It doesn't mean we should just buy and hold and be like, fuck it, let's watch our positions move against us from 29 to 25. This double top resistance, flip to support once, prove it again. Now you got a double bottom on new support, extremely strong. You got the 50-week moving average here, also extremely strong. You have the 50-week moving average of Bitcoin versus S&P will be in the same area, the same flip, the same ratio that investment guys look at for a reason to punt on high beta instruments. Bitcoin being the highest fucking beta there is. All right. This has been up only. We've gotten our retest off the top band for the S&P, and we're just kind of chilling here, but it's coiling. And volatility's high, almost too high for there to not have been a ton of price action. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't compute in my head. So like it moved down, but like was it enough to justify that? I don't know. I think we're going to see a spike in VIX. I think we're going to see a move down in the S&P. Now we're going to go where Dan's bitch ass always takes my content. See, I taught him too much. See, Dan, if I taught you less shit, you wouldn't be able to come in and spoil my my streams, you jerk. I know Dan in real life. I don't know a lot of you in real life, but I know Dan. So we talked about this being a potential problem, Mary. It doesn't look that hard. On the weekly chart, you look at this and go, yeah, you know, it's not bad. Thank you, sir. But if you look at the daily, it's not great. Okay. I forget that meme, but it's like, what's the best way to put this? Not great. Okay. Very clear. Very clear. Now, the other side of this, Dan, is that there is a case to be made that this move is already played out. But here would be the confirmation that it hasn't played out. Okay. A move higher. And I know I've taught you this before and I've talked about it. Usually there's a right shoulder on this. We have not seen the right shoulder yet. Like it activated, kind of moved sideways, came down. We haven't seen the right shoulder yet. You'll probably get a faux pump. That would be if you were tactically still holding and you're like, I don't want to sell. What if it goes up? You want to align Bitcoin and the S&P together to go when the S&P looks like it's got that dead cat before a move down to lower prices. That's when you want to sell, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense on a Bitcoin chart. It usually does if you look at enough of them, but I'll expect like a right. Did that gap fill? I gotta look. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So that I was gonna say if there was a gap there, we would absolutely fill that gap, and it'd be like the easiest trigger there is. But I would expect to see some sort of dead cat bounce that could be happening now, and then when you see that kind of roll over, and in fact, I mean, I'll just call it now. If I had to guess, it'd be there. Okay, like a kind of a struggle to regain this line which for standard SR traders would be like, here was support. Is it now resistance? Ah, fuck, we confirmed it's resistance. We're heading lower. That's a trend change, right? So you can look at the S&P and say, we have a daily bear div to go with a weekly bear div on Bitcoin. Is that the smoke that you want? I don't want that smoke. I'm not trying to have that smoke. So let's talk about the other side of this. Again, I hate to say that, yes, we're 100% going down. When would you start to look for like true reversals? Really, if we kind of do this and just kind of ride the 50 sideways, just continually ride it sideways, and you see this momentum indicator smooth out like this. See how this just kind of drops down and like never really goes below the zero and just kind of moves sideways? That's a good indicator that things are getting better. Okay. But greater emotion is displayed with volatility and momentum, right? Even though this had moved, there wasn't really momentum like this. We haven't seen momentum like this since last year, a year ago. Okay. A year ago. Not really, 6 months ago. And then before that, 8 months ago. I do math good. So like we don't get up to these levels very often. And usually when it turns down, look how it's followed with the moves afterward. Okay. High motion, high motion, high motion. What happened when they turned down? Okay. Right? You see those emotional turn downs and price has a let off, and we're looking at it right now. So there's a lot to not like, and I encourage you to protect yourself. VTI, again, this is the total stock market. I kind of forgot about this. And it's a nice instrument. You guys should add it to your tickers or things that you look at. The S&P handles almost all of it, but again, the S&P is, the 500 largest issues with the most volatility. Okay, if you have dick for volatility, you don't make this list. So this adds in the Dow. This adds in a bunch of other things. No. You have to here. Yeah, it's because you have to make it. All right. Fuck you. There's a way that I used to be able to just copy it. It's index : BTC USD / SP : SPX. So you have to create it. There you go. Yeah, that's why there's so much alpha, my guy. Because dude, it won't let me chat on my own fucking stream, dude. That's so annoying. So I would send it into the chat, but I can't chat on my own stream because I'm super good at this. But that's it. I just brought it up on the screen. Index : BTC USD / SP : SPX. And that will get it to you. That's why there's so much alpha, because you can't find this motherfucker anywhere. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Tell a friend or two. You guys can all thank me by telling a friend or two. I'm so sick of having like 40, 50 people watch this fucking stream. Usually we get 40, 50 and like another 100 or so watch afterward. Right? So, tell people, man. I don't want your money. I just want you to tell people. I want more people in the conversation. You want to know why? Because every so often, one of you guys comes in here and tells me some shit that I make crazy money on. Okay? That's how you can pay me. Bring more people to watch. This alpha that I'm giving you literally could make you retire if you actually study it. Remember, I retired at 36. Anyway, I digress. I just pulled off VTI. VTI is one of those things that you should watch. It's just one of those things like general market indicators. Yeah, dude. I know. Yeah, that's what Burge keeps telling me. VTI should be like one of the things you always chart along with SPX, along with Bitcoin. Okay. You just always, the QQQ. Okay. You want to know what it's doing and look for anything that's an outlier or anything that doesn't jive with the other things. So definitely take a look at that. Ethereum kind of doing its damn thing, dude. The bull case, if you were to have one, is like Ethereum looks just like it's, whatever. We're hanging out. We're chilling. Straight chilling, bro. Straight chilling. It could go down all the way to the 50 and not break this DTL or not surrender. I forget I have the mute button on my mic, so I try. So yeah, but it would be the same thing, right? So if you got that breakdown, you would eventually just see it come back to the same area and meet in here, which is fine. It looks more healthy. It looks less emotional than Bitcoin does, which is good. By the way, I am now uploading all of my streams onto Lenster.xyz. I have Ataxia got me the Jam plus EV handle, which is pretty sick. So I'm uploading my shit on there because Twitter sucks. And I don't know if Lens is going to win. Oh, fuck you. Did my camera go down? You son of a bitch. Well, camera's off. I don't know if Lens is going to win, but I do know that it is like the exact type of protocol that would have an airdrop that we would all love. So I'm going to start uploading everything there. The other thing that's interesting is the taxi was telling me that on Lens, let's say I started doing a newsletter, which I probably won't because I have too much money and I'm lazy. But let's say that I wanted to. I could tweet out a newsletter on Lenster and be like, hey, this is $5. Gives you the month of what I expect to have happen with charts and analysis and breakdown. If you retweet this and somebody else buys it, the smart contract is going to give you half the money, which I think is a wonderful idea. Like, that is really fucking cool. Where you're going to be like, hey, man, you want to make money, you want to make passive income, just engage people and retweet shit, people that are paying referral fees. Lenster has that built in. How cool is that? And it's all done with crypto. It's pretty badass. That is bad. Imagine if fucking Elon was like $4 to subscribe to me on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. If you retweet this and someone subscribes off your retweet, I'll give you half the money. What? That'd be crazy. That's what Lenster is doing, man. And remember, the guys that created Lenster, Lens protocol, Stanny, Aave. How's Aave doing? Well, pretty good. Anyway, I expect Ethereum to do the exact same thing. Chart doesn't functionally look that much different. I have this high side resistance here. I'm not 100% sure that's true. Okay. I'll just call it like the high side here that needs to be broken out of. But that's like it top ticked to the same point. That 2142 top ticked on the second plunge up. So if you get a bottom here, I would call that the high side. And you would just have little acceleration points. The bigger point for Ethereum, when it ever happens, will be 2142 to 2530. Okay, so if we land at 25K on Bitcoin, hopefully we only land at 1600 on Ethereum, and then we can immediately turn around and go higher. Right? Pretty straightforward shit. Let's take a look at ETH SPX. Not quite as strong because, again, in my opinion, ETH SPX follows Bitcoin, so it's less of an indicator. So because I speak good, but this looks like it's closer to momentum reset. So I would be curious to see if we get the pullback in Bitcoin that I'm expecting, and in the standard marketplace. Is Ethereum just going to track as a percentage with the S&P while Bitcoin corrects and works off that momentum? Because the momentum doesn't exist on Ethereum that it did on Bitcoin. Everyone had a hard on for Bitcoin because of BlackRock, ETF, Fidelity, blah, 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 blah. All that bullshit, right? So are we going to see this continuing? And is Ethereum just going to hold with SPX? That'd be nice. It'd be a good sign you'll see an alt season coming at some point. Because Ethereum's just waiting for the right time to punch things. You know what I mean? Nah, man. And I think my best call this year has been this chart. I mean, I've had a bunch of good ones, but this year, like right when we started to get some momentum off the bottom, I called this entire fucking move weeks in advance. It was this move right here off this bottom. And I'm like, you know what's going to happen? This is going to come up. It's going to make an equal high here. It's going to reject off the 50. We're going to surrender the downtrend line and go make new lows. And it's fucking exactly what happened. Okay. Exactly. Go find the video. Almost to the tick exactly where we said it was going to. That's how predictable this shit is to me at this point. And why I haven't been streaming that much. Because nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Except for me going up a few octaves. Ugh. Life hack too. If you don't speak this way, fine, not a big deal. But if you ever have kids, talk this way to kids. Like my 9-month-old daughter, I talk to her in like crazy speeds and variants and like try to make my voice musical. And she's like, it's awesome. It's the theatrical delivery. Plus, I know I got a face for radio. So, you know, got to take advantage of the voice. Can't do it on the big screen. So, yeah, what's this going to do here? I still think if we get that move down, if Ethereum suffers versus Bitcoin or the SPX, then we go down here and make this actual right shoulder. And that's even better for us, right? Like, so I guess the silver lining of this shit sandwich that I'm delivering to you guys right now is I think we're going to go down, but I don't see this as like, we're fucked. We broke major market structure. I really don't, okay? A right shoulder formation underneath BTC would be great. A retest of the 50-week moving average on Bitcoin and Ethereum would be great. We would establish the bottom side that would allow people to pour more money in and get us the strength we need to move higher. Remember, all a trend is a step up, okay? As long as you're not taking out and making new lower lows, okay? And making new lower lows, you're fine. You're just getting a retest of a level. And this is why I don't like almost all content creators on Twitter when it comes to charts and trading. Because, yeah, this doesn't look great. It's a double top. Fuck, that sucks. But nothing is broken until we decidedly break out this higher low. It's a higher low. It's a fucking higher low. An equal low in the same area is not bad. It's actually good. It reinforces that there are people who see value at Bitcoin at 25K. That's what we want. There's still a bunch of people who are looking at Bitcoin and being like 30K. What fucking asshole is still thinking 30K is okay? They bought at 68 and they're still think 30? No way, man. I'll buy at 2,400. There's a bunch of people out there who are like that. So like, if you think of it from that perspective, you have to burn off the bad vibes, dude. Sam and Luna and all these scumbag crooks caused incredible damage to crypto as a sector. More than they ever pumped, they set us back, okay? They set us back. So we need time. We need solid market structure for people who manage real money to come in and say, yeah, I'm going to get my hand in too. And I think we will. It's just going to take some time. And the nice thing is everything I'm saying could be wrong, okay? And people are like, oh, look, this fucking guy standing out on a limb. It could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm always 100% right. But just like I said here, this 31.8 on Bitcoin, it takes that out. Everything I said is wrong. Everything I said is wrong if it takes that out. You could almost say the same thing here at 2,000, 20,000, 30 on Ethereum. You get a move higher, it takes out that high. I guarantee you it's taking out this high too. So there are plenty of ways that you can still continue to play this, even if you hedge. And quite frankly, guys, I sleep so much better when I'm in cash, mostly. I've slept through too many flash crashes where I woke up and I was like, oh shit, my net worth just declined by 25% overnight. That was cool. And then you just set a nice little alert. You do some shit like this, put your alert in, set the alert button. Let's fucking party. Okay, like, I don't need much, but I know that if I get that text on my phone and it says, let's fucking party, then I'm going to investigate what I meant by that. And that's all I need, dude. It's breadcrumbs. It's like the movie Memento. While I'm here, Dan asked the question about if you see a pullback, what do you think happens to Link? I don't think anything happens to Link. You want to know why? Because look at this fucking chart. There's demand under 560. There's supply above $8. Okay. Because if it was going to break down, there was ample opportunity to break down. You know what I mean? Like incredibly ample opportunities to break down. And it hasn't. So no, it doesn't bother me. That's why it's one of the reasons why I said something that probably a lot of you have never heard me say. When I took that position, which was, I put in 10 grand and I'm never going to look at it again. because I know that eventually it's going to go up, and I can't be bothered to just like hawk it. I bought mid range. I bought like right here, like six. I think it was like 630 maybe. Yeah, somewhere in there. And you know, yeah, you might get the chance. I don't know. But the thing is, Link being a range high means if we get the pullback I was just talking about, all range does is go to range. All Link does is go to range low, and like, yeah, you buy up, man, load up more. I just don't want to run the risk that I'm wrong, because that move's going to be electric. It's going to rip to 14 when it happens. Parrish says, Memento, fucking A movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Have I seen Oppenheimer? No, I want to go soon. I wanted to go see it in IMAX, so like I didn't go see it, and I wanted to try to go in one of like the real IMAX theaters, of which there's only like 200 in the whole freaking country here. Even though a lot of people are like digital IMAX, so they kind of make it work. I wanted to go see a real one. The closest one to me is Chicago and Grand Rapids, which are not like, you know, I'm gonna head out for a day or an evening. Like that's a trip. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great things. It was funny. I forget who said it, but it was like, yeah, dude. Yeah. See, so you actually saw it. You actually saw it in real IMAX? I'll finish my thought while you're answering my question. Somebody was like, you know, for being a movie that only really has one explosion, they made it really good. Like, it's funny. Think about a long movie with one bomb that blows up. Cinemark XD. All right, well, all right. How do you know? Did you see it in IMAX too? Did you see it twice, Dan? Who the fuck are you to say? Look at this piece of shit. I'm taking this off my list. Fuck Kanto. Oh my god, dude. This actually apparently Metis is the buy if you don't think it's folding up, although it probably is. Anybody whose claim to fame is Vitalik's mom's involved is probably not a great value proposition. But do you remember, because I do, when people were up here and they were like, holy shit, $150 Metis is amazing. And they're like, it'll never go down. Metis is the new Ethereum because Ethereum's founder's mom's on it. Yo. Whoops. But that happened. Those were real conversations. In fact, some of you said that to me. Not you specifically, like those of you in the chat. I know none of you are that brainwashed, but you, meaning people who sent me messages. So yeah. Metis, $14. It was at one point $172. So let that sink in there for a moment. Oh, side news, personal news, which is just phenomenal. Okay. I have been at the at the mercy of Comcast for 10 years. For 10 years. I've lived in my current house for 6 years. And before that, I guess more than that, probably more like 15 years. No, like 12 years. I had Comcast in the city of Chicago in my condo. And I am done with Comcast on Wednesday. We finally got fiber optics, dude. I'm paying for 5 gigabyte data. 5 gig, dude. I'm going to go from 1 gig to 5. I'm not even going to know what to do with myself. It's going to be fucking amazing. I know none of you were like, you were going to be like, hey, big news. And you told me about fast internet. But like, I'm saying, that's exciting. I don't care. 5 gigs, dude. That's like a fucking T1 connection in college. Not really. I know it's a lot faster. But like, for my personal experience, it's going to feel like when I was in college. Look at this piece of shit. Gold just can't decide what it wants. You going to break out? You're not going to break out? Are we going to have inflation? Are we going to not have inflation? The people who post on the timeline about coin this week, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, admittedly, I said sell and May and go away. And if you had just taken that time to buy Coinbase, you could have 3x your money. It went from 40 to damn near 120. That is crazy. And what does that say to us in the crypto world? Not much, other than it is very clear with the heat that our boy Gary Gensler has been taking over crypto and the amount of shit that he gave Coinbase when all they're trying to do is the right thing, is Coinbase is going to come out on top, and Coinbase is going to be the only sponsored legal entity that you can buy crypto in this country. I guarantee it. Fucking guarantee it. The ETF will be approved. Yada, yada. This actually makes sense, to be honest with you. This range here makes perfect sense to me. A range of $115 to $31. I bet before this thing's all said and done, this motherfucker starts looking like Link. Just whoop, just sideways forever. Sideways forever. All right, I said I wasn't going to go past like an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. If you could put a time frame on BTC to get to 25K. So, you know what? It's funny you asked that question, Highlander. I almost doxed you again. Because I have... How many times have I made like a target call and I'm like, oh, so we can see that happen the next week, and then it fucking happens the next day? I can think of like 3 or 4 occasions where either upside or downside, I'm like, yeah, it should take a while, and then all of a sudden it just happens. I think the issue is like we're running out of reasons for it to hold up. Okay, the one thing I will say is this is an untested area. This like 26.8. So I think you'll see a little bit of a resistance there where like you'll see somebody try and they'll be like, all right, bottom's in, man, we covered it. And you'll see a little pop up and roll over. If I had to guess, I think we're talking about late September, early October before that move is done and we're deciding what happens next. If I had to guess, right? Like, I don't know. It was so easy for me to forecast stocks when that's all I did because stocks don't really ever go crazy. I mean, like, it's so rare that people do shit like Tesla does, where it's like, I mean, look at this. That is very uncommon. It's a fucking Bitcoin chart, right? Let's look at Target. Like, it's very easy to forecast because, like, you're going, oh, look at these huge moves, dude. Like, the top is 175, the bottom is 127. Like, that's not a huge move. So you can always get an idea. The other thing too is if you don't look at it on your charts, ATR, average trading range, is a great thing to have on your chart. You can just literally put up average trading range and then daily range and be like, are we above or below it? And if you're below it and it's moving in a certain direction, pretty good odds it's going to go somewhere near the ATR. Well, it's up. It's only up $2. The average trading range is $5 a day, and there's nothing in sight. Pretty good odds it's going to go another $3 and hit its ATR. If it's a crazy volatility day, you might see 2 times ATR, but you're not going to see 50 times ATR, which is what people think. I apologize for the rant, but you know what I mean? It was easier to forecast. Bitcoin is so fucking nuts. It's so mental. It's literally like insert horrible analogy about a woman going through hormonal issues. That, okay? That's the reason why it's high beta on crack. It'll literally just all of a sudden the bottom drops out, or like, you know, an ETF rumor comes through and you get this candle. Okay, like it's hard to see. This was 1 week. It covered this entire range in essentially 10 days. I'm not gonna. It can happen again, Rob. Fuck, I did it. Highlander. People know your name's Rob. And it could drop straight down here in 10 days. But if I had to really put my money on it, you'll see a kind of a little round off here, an attempt to recover, and this is what it'll look like. And then I'm getting out of here unless you guys have alt questions. So put your alt questions in now. I think you'll see this, and then you'll see that. Okay, so when did I do that? September 23rd. There you go. So we got anywhere from 10 days to like 6 weeks, but not like Christmas. You know what I mean? By the way, Premier League starts again this weekend. Who's pumped? I am. Very bored. Good question, though. Any last alt questions before I ride out? As always, guys, if you find my streams entertaining or helpful or they've made you money, subscribing I appreciate, but not required. I don't want you to give me money, particularly if you're starting out and you're like, hey, man, I need every dime I can get. Do you? However, telling friends, bringing them into the community, that is what I truly value. I want more people as part of the conversation because you come in one day and you're like, what's this? Let me take a look. And then you learn, and then you become obsessed. You go down a rabbit hole, and then you post like, hey, man, look at this. Highlander's like, you should look at Adam and Juno. And then we ride them to a 100x gain. You know what I mean? So if you can bring in more people into the conversation, that's all I've ever wanted. That's all we ever wanted. But again, subs are nice too. It's more of like a of worth. I don't do anything with the money, but you know, that'd be cool. Anyway, I think this was a good one. 49 minutes. It's pretty solid. We got Dan through his Chipotle. And then some, maybe. Let me start the outro. Thank you, man. By the way, I started using Descript. I need to message you on Descript, but it's way better. You're 100% right. I paid for it. I should have just asked you to give me a license on the Juno one. Yanni, hope you're well, brother. I'm gonna try to figure out YouTube. CoinShark, appreciate you. What's funny is usually I ask for questions, and then like when there's 12 seconds left, someone's like, Metis! No. 15 seconds left. Anything? Anything less? Anything big? Huh? Who's winning the Prem this year? It has to be Man City, doesn't it? Haaland's so good. Liverpool. Let's go. See you guys.